Hello traders, this is Stavros Tousios from FXPRIMUS headquarters in Cyprus, and this is a review of how the markets ended last week and this week's market movers. Markets were somewhat mixed last week despite global tensions amid encouraging signs on trade policy. US and European markets were steady while the British pound remained bullish. Oil rose to a first multi-year high and gold was rejected as a strong resistance at 1365. For this week, we expect Monday the 16th, US retail sales of great interest today. Past reports weak. In today's session, there aren't many important data releases apart the US retail sales. Retail sales have been weak over the past few reports while wages have been increasing. Census Bureau will deliver this month's numbers at 12:30 GMT. Tuesday 17th. Focus remains on global politics, but Tuesday's indicators likely to dominate markets intraday. Early on Tuesday, markets are expecting the RBA Minutes from last week's meeting, as well as the Chinese GDP figures. In the London session, the Office for National Statistics will release UK's average earnings index, and markets also expect the German ZEW Economic Sentiment as well. During the US session, Census Bureau will deliver the US building permits, an indicator that will be followed by 3 FOMC members' speeches until the end of the trading day. Wednesday the 18th, emphasis on UK, EU and New Zealandian inflation and Bank of Canada interest rate decision. The Office for National Statistics will release UK's CPI on Wednesday at 8:30 GMT, while the European report will eventuate 30 minutes later. At 2 o'clock GMT, the Bank of Canada will publish its latest interest rate decision, which will be followed by a press conference. Between the two, EIA will release the weekly oil inventories. Closer to the end of the session, Statistics New Zealand will deliver its own CPI figures. Thursday 19th. Economic indicators and government officials' speeches likely to add volatility. Investors will shift focus on the Australian jobs report early on Thursday. In Europe, traders may find opportunities as the Office for National Statistics will provide the figures indicating the change in the total value of inflation-adjusted sales at the retail level. Thursday has a number of speeches from 4 official bank members too, so activity in the markets is likely to be high, spread out through the day. Friday 20th. Canadian inflation to have investors locked in following a 3-year high in February. The closing of the week will find investors trading the Canadian inflation as an upside surprise pushed CPI to a 3-year high in February, and this has managed to draw a lot of attention. With retail sales being released concurrently on Friday, the data are likely to shape the Canadian dollar exchange rate for the week ending 20th of April. Thank you.